I'm actually kind of confused on how to start this. I recorded this video 2 weeks ago, and it was in preparation of our celebration of my son, who was named Logan, and that was 2 weeks ago. And so it's been extremely crazy. And for those of you that regularly follow my content, again, I apologize for not getting this out sooner, but it's just been absolutely crazy here. Hopefully, I'll be able to get more consistent with my videos. But in this video, I wanted to go up and have just a quick video, right? So Wolverine. And I decided to go up against Rhino because around the time I was making this, I saw Brant from Step Into the Portal. He and it was like three other guys. I think Brian's Basement, Steve from PlayDGame, and then Eric. And I apologize, I don't know what channel he's on. They played Rhino, and it inspired me to go and look at Steve's video on Rhino, and so I ended up taking some pointers from his. He makes recommendations on when he does the villains, so I decided to end up doing that. So this was just supposed to be meant to be fun and nothing crazy. I think I had a deck built for I think it was Sandman. So there are some errors here and there, but maybe you'll catch them, and maybe I can talk about it later. So again, in this game, I'm going to be playing Wolverine against Rhino. I'm going to be playing in Standard 2. Now, one of the things I want to mention is there is Steve from PlayDGame. He's got a great video where he breaks down Rhino, and so I'm taking some of his advice. That's one of the reasons why I picked Standard 2. But also, he was talking about how you should add Sinister Syndicate, which will make it a little bit more difficult than it normally is. One thing I do want to address, and he talks about it in the video, is Sandman is in the Rhino's deck, but he's also in, or no, it's Shocker in this one. Shocker is in Rhino's deck, but he's also in the Sinister Syndicate deck. So if that comes up, I'm going to go ahead and just play both of them. So I don't think that's necessarily wrong, but I just want to be upfront if they both show up. But other than that, I think we're good to go. So for my first hand, I think I'm just going to get rid of everything, really. I don't have anything that I think I can really work off of. I'll hold on to the power in all of us. I don't remember how many of those I had. And then I'm going to look for my claws. I think I'm going to have to sacrifice Logan's Cabin, which is not really a card I expect to use a lot. So I'm going to play Logan's Cabin, or use Logan's Cabin and the power of all of us to play Colossus. Then I'm going to use Genius to play Jubilee. I'll flip over to Wolverine. Okay, so I'm going to have Jubilee attack Rhino for 3. Then I'm going to have Wolverine attack Rhino for 4. I'll have Colossus attack for 3. And then I'll exhaust Wolverine's Claws for Berserker's Barrage, which will allow me to attack him for 4. I take 2 more damage, and then I attack him again for another 4. He's down to 0, and then goes up to 15. Well, goes up to 11 because I hit him for 4. That's a pretty impressive first round. Alright, so Rhino is going to go ahead and attack me. I am going to let's let Jubilee take it. So he's going to attack me for 3 plus 2. That's 5. She's gone. And then I get my 2 encounter cards. 1 because you get 1, and then an additional 1 for breaking and taking. So the first one is Charge. When Rhino attacks, the attack gains Overkill. All right, so that's pretty nasty. And then the second card is Stampede. Of course, he attacks me. If the character is damaged by this attack, that character is stunned.
Go easy on me.
Or I'm going to use Colossus, so he takes 1. They'll move it down to 1, right? And then I'll defend with Wolverine, so that should prevent 3 damage. Well, this is going to make the video run a little longer. So let's go over what I'm trying to do. We'll talk about why it's wrong, and then maybe a better course of action. So Rhino was going to attack me. He had charge, which gives him +3 to attack. It also gives him overkill. So what I was trying to do was have Colossus defend for me and then have Wolverine defend that attack as well. You can't do that. Only one person can defend at a time. So what would have been a smarter move was to have Wolverine defend, and then maybe next time when Rhino doesn't have overkill on him, then that would help me out in the next round. Ultimately, everything's pretty much been done. I just want to make sure I address this point. Again, it happens. We all make mistakes, but hopefully you continue to watch. And then he's going to hit me for another 3, plus whatever this is. Awesome. So he hits me for 3 damage. I'm going to take a stun. And Colossus is gone. It was so promising. And then charge is gone. Oh, and now I'm down to 3 health.
Freaking idiot.
Okay, so one of the first things I want to get done is I want to get rid of breaking and taking, because that was not pretty last round. So I'll use my energy to pay for track by scent, which will allow me to remove 3 threat, and since it's the last, it defeats that card, I'm going to go ahead and be able to draw 2 cards. What did we do last time? I think I'm going to use Lion Weight, Hand Cannon, and let's go Skilled Strike to pay for Professor X. And since the villain has both, since he has the steady, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use Professor X to ready Wolverine. Don't do that. And then I will attack to get rid of the stun. And then I guess I use Professor X to remove the threat here. And now he is a chump blocker.
Your turn.
Alright, so Rhino is going to go ahead and attack me. I'll have Professor X defend for me. So he attacks for 3 plus 1. So he's gone. And then Rhino is going to, he gets his encounter card, which is this. Armored Rhino suit. When any amount of damage would be dealt to Rhino, place it here instead. Then if there's at least 5 damage here, discard this card.
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
So I'm definitely starting to see some issues with this deck. I think I was planning on playing someone that had a lot more minions when I built it, I think like earlier this week. So that definitely doesn't do me any favors right now. But I'm going to use Battle Fury and Martial Prowess to pay for team building exercise. I guess use Skill Strike and attack Rhino for the 4. I get to heal 2, but I guess I'll exhaust this to do Berserker Barrage. That way I can get rid of the Rhino suit.
Could have been worse.
Alright, so Rhino's going to attack me. I can't really do anything. I think I'm going to go and defend regardless. So he's going to hit me for 5. Whew. Good call. So I take 3 damage. And then I get my encounter card, which is Sandman, who has Tough.
The Sandman's a coming.
Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and use Bring It, which will give me the Hand Cannon. Okay. I'll use the hand cannon for Battle Fury. Then I'm going to use Team Building Exercise and Hulk to play Angel. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to exhaust Wolverine's Claws. Let's not use Battle Fury. Wolverine's Claws to use Slice and Dice. So I get rid of this, and I hit him for 3. And then I hit Rhino for 3. And then I'm going to use Angel to attack for 2. To get rid of Sandman. And then I think I'm going to flip because I just can't. I can't sustain it anymore.
Wow, that hurt.
All right, so totally forgot to put this on here. Rhino is going to scheme for 1, 2, and nope. It was total annihilation. If he was attacking, the attack would have gained overkill, but he's not. So he's going to add 2. And now I get my encounter card, which says it's Speed Demon. When a character attacks Speed Demon attacks that character, resolves Speed Demon's attack first.
Speed demon?
Alright, so the first thing I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and heal Wolverine for 6. That seems like the smart play. Then we'll go ahead and flip over. Next, what I want to go ahead and do is, and this is probably not the smartest idea. Yeah, no, that wouldn't be very smart. It just gives me a net negative, I think. Alright, so we will exhaust Wolverine's Claws and Slice and Dice. So I'll do 3 damage to myself, plus the 2 damage that he's going to do. So I'm back at 2. It's not smart at all. So he's at 5. Then I have Angel attack for 2. So Rhino is at 3 now. I guess I can have, if I do this, if I exhaust this and use X-Jet to play for Sunfire, have Sunfire attack for 2, and then this is probably whatever. I'm gonna do it. Use Team Building Exercise for Precision Strike, and then I deal 2 damage. He's negative. I defeat him, and so I get to heal Wolverine for 2 health.
And that's game.
All right, so the error that I had in the middle of the game that I kind of addressed with the Colossus and defending and Wolverine defending was probably my biggest error. There might have been 1 or 2 like math errors. I can't remember. But again, I appreciate you watching the video. As I said earlier, this deck was meant more for Sandman and not for Rhino. So, you know, was it optimal? No, not really. But this probably goes more into a wider, I don't want to say issue, but it's something that I think a lot of people have noticed about Wolverine. And I think that's the thing. You need to look at heroes and look at them in a sense of how much error can be in the deck, right? Is this deck optimized? And if it's not optimized, can I still go through it? It's almost like the challenge where you play the game with a horrible hand. I think the worst deck imaginable. And I think some heroes are perfectly fine if you have an absolute horrible deck, but others you rely on the deck a lot more, so that's not going to help you get through it. And I imagine Valkyrie is probably one of them that you have to rely on the deck more than you would rely on her stuff. But those are just some of my thoughts. Let me know what you think in the comments, and until next time, see you around.